Hey guys, what's up? I'm going to talk to you about tobacco cigarettes, electronic cigarettes, and the Ontario laws about both. First up, we'll discuss tobacco. We've all been taught of the dangers of tobacco and smoking and secondhand smoke. Tobacco smoke contains more than 7,000 chemicals, including cancer-causing chemicals, toxic metals, and poisonous gases. I'm going to throw some more stats at you. Smokers are 5 times more likely to die from pneumonia. They have a 48% increased risk at colon cancer. And smokers have a 129% increased risk in developing non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. I don't want to bore you with all the details of the Smoke-Free Ontario Act, but I want to give you an overview just so you have an idea of what's going on. Sale of tobacco to anyone under 19 years of age is prohibited. They cannot be displayed. They cannot be sold in the same place where there's a pharmacy. They cannot be used in any workplace. And they're not to be used in a vehicle with any persons under the age of 16. So we're going to change gears. We're going to talk about the electronic cigarettes. A little history first. They were invented in China in 2003 and designed to produce vaporized nicotine doses. They were introduced in Europe in 2005 and have been on the rise in popularity ever since. Electronic cigarettes typically comprise a rechargeable lithium-ion battery, a battery-powered atomizer which produces vapor by heating a solution of nicotine, usually in propylene glycol or glycerin, held in an often refillable cartridge in the device. Drawing air through the e-cigarette triggers the heater to create vapor, which contains nicotine and is inhaled by the smoker the same way as smoke from a conventional cigarette. Producing nicotine vapor from a solution rather than burning tobacco means that electronic cigarette vapor is free from almost all of the many toxic chemicals that accompany nicotine in cigarette smoke. Not all electronic cigarettes include nicotine. Some simply produce vapor for inhalation, but these are not as popular among users. There hasn't been enough research on long-term effects of e-cigarettes to determine how much safer they are, although there is research stating that they are an option for harm reduction. E-cigarettes are not completely risk-free, but when compared to smoking, evidence shows they carry just a fraction of the harm. Let's talk about what we do know about the risks. Since we are still inhaling something into our lungs, there is still risks for lung infections, upper respiratory issues, as well as throat irritation. Data collected from 18 studies on e-cigarette vapor discovered that those solvents are known lung irritants. So we know about the Smoke-Free Act, but many of you don't know about the Electronic Cigarette Act. The Act states that anyone under the age of 19 cannot purchase an electronic cigarette. There are prescribed signs necessary to sell in retail stores, and even though there hasn't been a date set, a part of the Act as is states no sales in places such as hospitals and pharmacies. Throughout this rant, we have discussed tobacco cigarettes, electronic cigarettes, and how the Government of Ontario has viewed them in aspect of health. I wanted to add my own opinion here and tell you that I am a believer in the use of electronic cigarettes, and I believe that they are a safer alternative than tobacco. I know I've had positive results using my electronic cigarette, and I know that there are others who have as well. I hope that I have at least made you consider doing your own research and not just listening to what you hear on television or what you see on social media. And in final thought, I want you to know that being a non-smoker is the best option of all.